You've tried budgeting apps, spreadsheets, and even cash envelopes, but somehow every month your budget still fails. You start strong, motivated, and ready to save, and then by week two, it's already gone. And hi, if you haven't seen my channel yet, my name is Sophia. I'm your financial freedom coach, and hit subscribe to save more money. Why does this keep happening? And I know it's not because you're bad with money, it's because of psychology, how your brain reacts to money. So, today we are talking about 5 psychological reasons why your budget fails, and the number one reason why most people never stick to budgets, no matter how hard they try. If you want to finally make your money work for you, stay till the end, because understanding this one truth will change how you save forever. Reason 5, you're only relying on willpower. I have a controversial opinion because most people believe that budgeting is about discipline, that if you try harder, you'll just spend less. But willpower is a muscle and it gets tired. By the end of the day, after work, school, or stress, that muscle is done. That's why you plan to cook dinner, but you end up ordering takeout. Or you swear you're not going to online shop and then click add to cart at 11 p.m. But here's the truth, successful budgets don't rely on willpower, they rely on systems. If you automate your savings or use separate accounts for spending versus bills, you no longer have to try. The systems work for you. So instead of fighting temptation daily, set it and forget it. Reason 4, you're overly restrictive. When you cut out everything fun, like coffee, dinners out, or hobbies, you're setting yourself up for failure because when your brain feels deprived, it rebels. It's called the restriction binge cycle. The more you restrict, the more likely you are to overspend later. Just like dieting too hard and then binging out on a bunch of junk food. A realistic budget includes fun money, guilt free spending that keeps you sane. Budgeting shouldn't feel like a punishment. It's not about saying no forever, it's about saying yes to what matters most. Number 3, you don't know your why. Most people start budgeting with vague goals. I want to save more money, I want to be debt free. But your brain doesn't respond to general ideas, it needs emotion. You need a personal reason that excites you. Maybe it's budgeting for your first family vacation, or buying your first home, or quitting your job. When your goal is emotional, budgeting stops feeling like a chore and starts feeling like freedom. So the next time you sit down with your budget, ask yourself why. Why is the reason you want to take control of your money? If you already have an idea what your why is, drop it in the comments so we can motivate each other. When your why is strong, so is your motivation. Number 2, you're tracking but not reflecting. Let me explain. You might write down your expenses, but if you don't change your habits, those expenses will never change. Psychologists call this mindless tracking. It feels productive, but without reflection, it's just numbers on a page. Take 10 minutes and ask yourself these questions. What category did I overspend? Why did I make those choices? And what triggered that impulse purchase? Once you understand your why behind your spending, you can fix it and your budget will start to make sense. Because remember, tracking is data, but reflection is transformation. Before I talk about the number one reason your budget always fails, please hit that subscribe button because it helps me help you save more money. And now, the number one psychological reason your budgets fail is you're fighting your brain's reward system. Here's the truth, your brain is wired for instant gratification. Spending gives you a dopamine hit and it feels good right away. But with saving, that reward is delayed. You don't feel it until weeks or months later when you finally start seeing that big number. So every time you choose to save instead of spend, your brain is fighting with you, thinking that you're losing out on happiness. That's why your budgets don't stick. You're asking your brain to sacrifice dopamine every day, and it hates that. You have to start making saving feel rewarding immediately. Track your progress visually. Use saving charts or a progress bar. And celebrate small wins, no matter how small they are. And name your goals. Instead of the emergency fund, name it the freedom fund, because that is what saving is for. When you connect saving with a positive emotion, your brain starts craving it. And that's when your budget starts working for you, not against you. So let's recap. Don't rely on willpower. Stop over restricting. Find your why, reflect weekly, and work with your brain, not against it. If this helped you understand why budgets fail, imagine what you can do now with psychology on your side. And don't forget to subscribe to save more money. Bye.